So you have decided to learn to play the piano. You are a serious student who aspires to eventually play technically complex pieces by Bach, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, and Chopin. But you don't want to spend too much money on your first piano. If that's you, take a second to give this video a thumbs up. The worst place to get buying advice is from YouTube videos made by music shops selling the pianos and the brands that they represent. You see, these shops can only recommend you the brands that they carry and that they are a partner with. They cannot tell you which other brands that they are not carrying is better, because that will be bringing business away from their shop. I am an independent musician and I am also a music teacher for the past 25 years with no affiliations to any brands or shops. Therefore, in this video, I will give you my very honest and independent advice and review on which is the best beginner budget piano to get. I will share with you 5 features that are extremely important if you want to get a correct digital piano. You might just be a beginner, you do not have the experience or the knowledge to get the correct instrument. I will tell you what are the keyboards or pianos that you must absolutely not spend your money on because it does not meet these features. In addition, I will have a list of top 5 digital pianos across various brands that meet this requirement and will be suitable for you as a beginner piano player. Because this video is about budget, I will not be recommending anything above $499 US in this video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jeremy C, and in my channel, I make reviews, tips, and tutorials about a range of keyboards and digital pianos. If you want to benefit from content like this, make sure you subscribe and smash that notification bell icon. Many beginner piano students or those who want to start out learning the piano are confused. They make the mistake of confusing and mixing up keyboards with pianos. Keyboards and pianos are really quite different instruments, and you want to make sure that you are choosing the correct type of instrument for the objective that you are trying to achieve. The first thing you want to look out for in a digital piano is that it must have 88 keys. If it doesn't have 88 keys, anything lesser than 88 keys, 76, 73, 61 keys, you have to reject that instrument immediately. That is because most, if not all, classical pieces by all the famous composers are written to take advantage of the range of 88 keys in the piano. So if a shop tries to sell you something with fewer than 88 keys and tell you that this is suitable for you as a beginner piano player, don't trust that guy and leave the place immediately. Feature number 2 that you want to look out for is that the digital piano must have full-size keys that is the same size as that of a regular real acoustic piano. Some shops will ask you to buy a mini key keyboard because it is usually lighter, it is smaller, more compact, and is almost definitely cheaper. And it's always easier to sell someone a cheaper instrument or a cheaper piano. However, you need to make sure that you definitely must buy a full-size keys digital pianos, because that will enable you to be able to play the piano pieces no matter where you go. You go to some other concert hall, a friend's place that has a real piano. If you have been playing on mini keys, you will not be comfortable with playing on these regular size keys. Feature number 3 that you should be looking out for is scaled hammer action. So look out for these 3 words. It has to have a scaled hammer action. A lot of pianos out there are cheap for a reason. So there are 3 kinds of action primarily. We have the non-weighted key action, which is usually found in keyboards. We have the semi-weighted key action, which is found in more portable and beginner pianos. And we have the scaled hammer action digital pianos. You do not just want it to be weighted, because weighted just means that the keys are heavy, but you want it to be a scaled weighting. What is scaled weighting? Scaled hammer action just means that the left side keys of the digital piano is heavier than the right side keys of the piano. As you play from the right side to the left side of the piano, the keys will just get lighter. And that is exactly how it is on a real acoustic piano, because the strings on the piano are thicker and of a heavier gauge on the lower registers of the piano. So make sure you look out for scaled hammer action. The fourth feature you should be looking out for is a damper pedal function. You want to make sure that the digital piano you are buying has a damper piano that's included with it. The damper pedal, also commonly referred to as the sustain pedal, is an integral part of playing piano music. Feature number 5 that you must be looking out for is a built-in metronome. A metronome is a device that helps you to keep time. It gives clicks and bells so that you know your timing that you are playing in, how fast or how slow is the music you are playing in. This is extremely important if you want to be good at piano playing, because one of the criteria of improving quickly is to make sure that you can play accurately and on time. Some people watching this video might say that, hey, that isn't a critical feature, right? You can have an external metronome, or you can even download a metronome on your smartphone these days as an app, and that will work as a metronome. But let me tell you, you will only use the metronome most often when it is convenient and is next to you. So nothing can be more convenient than a metronome that is built right into the digital piano that you're playing. Instantly, it's there at the press of a button, your metronome is turned on, and you can practice along with it. Now that I have covered with you the 5 critical features that your digital piano must have, I'm going to tell you what to avoid. Do not ever buy keyboards from the Yamaha PSR range or the Casio CTX or CTK range, because these are keyboards. These are 61 keys keyboard that has no weight at all on the keys, and in no way does it represent the actual touch response of a piano. It might have a very good piano sound, but the feel and the response and the touch sensitivity is nowhere like the action of a real piano. Don't get me wrong, these Yamaha PSR E-Series, S-Series, the Casio CTX, CTK are really excellent arranger keyboards, but they are keyboards and they are simply not digital pianos. So 2 models that popped up very frequently in the comment section of my videos that has been asked by my subscribers and viewers is, should they buy the Roland Go piano or the Roland Go piano 88 keys, or should they buy the Yamaha Pajero NP12 and the MP32? My answer is, don't touch these models at all. That is because the original Roland Go piano has only 61 keys. That is the first problem. The second problem is that the Roland Go piano, even the 88 keys version, is not weighted. It just looks like a piano keys, but it doesn't feel like a piano keys at all. And that is the same thing with the Yamaha MP12 and the MP32. So the MP12 comes with only 61 keys and the MP32 comes with only 76 keys. And firstly, it doesn't meet the 88 keys requirement, and it is not weighted at all. So these 2 models that I have just mentioned, the Roland Go pianos and the Yamaha Pajero MP series, just doesn't have the features of a real acoustic pianos, even though they are marketed as digital pianos. Now, I will give you my top 5 recommendation across all the brands as to which digital piano I recommend from my personal experience with more than 25 years as a musician and more than 25 years teaching music and piano independently as a private teacher. And if you need more information about these 5 pianos that I'm mentioning in this video, you can find direct links in the description below, and there will be more information for you. Number 5 on my list is the Alesis Recital Pro 88 keys. One of the main reasons why I have included this piano on this list is because it is one of the cheapest at $349 US. It has 4 out of the 5 requirements. The only one feature that it is missing is that it doesn't have a scaled hammer action. It has a hammer action, it has a weighted hammer action, but it doesn't have a scaled weighting. So the other issue I have with Alesis is that Alesis is just quite different from its old glory days. You know, when I was a much younger chap, Alesis was a brand that we all looked up to. However, Alesis is just simply not distributed in many countries. So the other issue I have with Alesis not being well distributed in numerous parts of the world is because of the parts availability, and if you need to service the instrument, if it breaks down, that's going to be a problem if you don't have a service center near where you live. Number 4 on my list is the Korg B1 digital pianos. So this Korg B1 digital pianos fulfill all 5 criteria that I have listed earlier on. It costs US $499 currently, and it's about 4 years old, so it does feel dated. I just feel that it is not as well constructed and not as robust as other brands that I will be mentioning in this list. One other thing that the shops will not be telling you, the damper pedal on the Korg B1 actually uses a proprietary plug. So out of the box, it comes with a damper pedal, a sustain pedal, which I mentioned in the top features earlier on. It uses a proprietary plug, and that means that if that pedal stopped working, you cannot just go buy a third-party pedal that is cheaper. You have to go back to Korg and buy a Korg pedal with the proprietary plug. Number 3 on my list is the Yamaha P45. One of the main reasons why it is on this list is because of the Yamaha brand. So Yamaha is such a strong brand that if you need to sell this piano in future, it would pretty much retain most of its value. Also, Yamaha is well known for providing parts for their pianos for up to 10 years. It is cheaper than the $499 budget that I have set aside. It actually costs $449 US. It has been replaced with the P125, so to speak. The P125 is a much better piano, but the problem is that it is priced significantly higher than $499. Number 2 on my list is by Casio. It is the CDP S100. It costs only $399 US, and it is the second cheapest on my list. It meets all 5 requirements that I have said earlier. It has a very decent piano sound. And what I like most about the Casio is that it has a well-textured keys that simulates ebony and ivory on real pianos. That makes playing quick passages a lot easier and less slippery, unlike the other brands like the Yamaha and the Korg pianos, which has shiny, plasticky, slippery keys. If you sweat a little bit, you find that you will just have your fingers flying everywhere and not being able to play quick passages as fluently. Now we come to the number 1 on my list, which is Roland's FP10. FP10 was very recently announced and recently launched, and that explains its price tag of $499 US. It has a very assuring and confident touch that is very close to an upright piano. It also has a very reasonable, good sound that is well loved by many of the Roland fans. And to top it off, it fulfills all 5 requirements. The Roland brand is also very well established in the market, and therefore you would have no problem with resale value if you intend to upgrade to something else in future. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and let me know in the comment section below which is your favorite digital piano and what are the features and functions and things that you love about that piano. Till the next time, bye bye.